Hello everyone, welcome to Claret and Booze. My name's Nick. This is a daily ramble transfer deadline special. We're going to be doing a few of these throughout the day, well, as news comes in, because it does look like there's going to be lots and lots of news. So stuff's happened today already while I've been hard at work. John did an update earlier on, let you all know that James Ward-Prowse has moved to Nottingham Forest. Jedward is dead. R.I.P. Jedward. You know, never to play together again. It's not a bad thing. I don't think that duo probably helped James Ward-Prowse. You know, only Declan Rice is kind of man enough to partner Thomas Souček and not let it affect his game. I think even Alvarez suffers to some extent. Most people do. James Ward-Prowse, he's not at our level. I think Nottingham Forest is his level. Southampton was his level. I think he did well for us. Good assists and goals. 12 goals, 7 assists. Really good numbers. But he is like the coach's son who takes every free kick and every corner and stuff like that. So, but he delivered. He's fine. I'm glad he's gone. But good luck, James Ward-Prowse. Rest in peace, Jedward. Danny Ings also looking like he's going to be going, as John reported earlier on, and Cornet, Southampton. So they're having they're cleaning up on West Ham stars, taking our rubbish out. They're the dustmen. That's what they're doing. Not that Danny Ings is rubbish, but you know what I'm trying to say. So they're going. It's looking like Naif Aguirre could also be leaving as well. He turned down that move to Wolves because it ain't nothing to do with a big club thing, because he wants to go to fucking Saudi. So, you know, that's not going to a big club, is it? That's Ivan Toney's going to Saudi as well, which I couldn't believe. So I think we will get Aguirre shifted out as well, which is, look, it's good news. He ain't going to play. He's been frozen out of the squad. I don't feel sorry for him. I think he's brought it on all himself, to be honest, by being a little bitch. But he'll be going as well. So we're recouping some money, which is good, because there was talk that we might have to let go of a big player. Well, it ain't going to happen. We're not going to be losing Kudus, Alvarez or Paqueta. Definitely not Bowen. He's never going to go. He's got a 15-year deal. So that's not going to be happening. We're not going to be losing any player that we don't want to lose, which will really reinforce this window. Because if we had have got all these players in, even if we'd have gone and got Duran but then sold Alvarez, it would have taken the shine off of what is going to be a magnificent window. I'm convinced of it. Soler is coming in. Soler. We've been reporting this for ages, the same as everyone else has, to be honest. The deal's been done for ages. They've just been waiting until this point. I'm not sure why, but it's done. He's flying over. He's going to sign. He is a top player. John's already spoken about him. I've done a video on him as well. Magnificent addition to our midfield. Pace, technique, goals. What you want. It's what you want. Also, hopefully, pushes Thomas further down the pecking order. We had a conversation earlier on, before I go on to the rest of the transfer news, about who would you rather keep out of James Ward-Prowse and Souček. You heard John give his argument on the fact that he would rather have kept James Ward-Prowse. Now, in a squad capacity, I would probably keep Thomas Souček, as much as I don't like him. If Thomas Souček is happy and willing to play the squad player, I think that for us, towards the end, James Ward-Prowse was never any use at any point. Whereas Thomas Souček can be useful sometimes. I.e., last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we're chasing the game, we're 1-0 down, we start arrowing balls into the box, you bring the box crusher on. That's what you do. Equally, if you're defending a narrow 1-0 lead and you're playing against a team that are kind of, they're doing the same to us, you bring Souček on, he's got a purpose. So I wouldn't have kept either of them. But if I had to keep one, I probably would have kept Souček, as long as it means that he ain't going to be the Christmas tree in the middle of our team, you know, the centrepiece with all the little baubles hanging off of him, the decoration, you know, because that's what people are saying. That's what I said the other day. He is a centrepiece and everyone else around him is just decoration, you know, little baubles on a Christmas tree. So I don't think that's going to be the case. I've snapped out of it. It ain't. I'm being defiant. Thomas Souček is in the team at the moment. He ain't going to be for long. We've just gone and got Soler. Do you know what I mean? It ain't going to happen. Right now, there is some breaking news as well from X. This is from X. And that is that we are also looking at Chukwuemeka, not Chumbawamba, as somebody called him earlier on. Chukwuemeka, Kano Chukwuemeka, very, very good central midfielder. Excellent talent, top talent, you know, one of the vast array of great young players that they've got. He's a player that we've been keeping an eye on for a long time. I knew nothing about this. And it's been released that we are looking at him as our Man United. Keep your eye on that one. Through my sources, again, going to put me cock on the block. We're going to find out. We're going to find out soon, aren't we? If this is going to happen or not. I've been told again that the Duran deal is expected to go through by the source that I'm talking to. Not because he's been told by the club that it's going to happen, but because he's been told that there is, when he spoke directly to Sullivan, Sullivan said there's a 5% chance. And in the 15 to 20 years that this man has worked with David Sullivan, he said, whenever I've spoken to David Sullivan at this point in the window and asked about a player, if he's going to sign him, he said if he gives you a percentage, even if it's 1%, normally that means it's going to happen, and it has happened through the years. So he fully expects us to get the Duran deal done. He said because Sullivan is a straight talker and he would just say no. I think Duran's going to get done. The other one, which is the curveball, which is another player that we've covered, because we haven't covered loads of players in this window. We've covered Soler extensively. We covered Kilman. We've covered Duran. And we've covered one more player extensively, and that is Rios. Richard Rios from Palmeiras, the Colombian midfield sensation. How we would get this deal done, I've got no idea, because his value is high. He had a great Copa America, one of the standout players, a phenomenal central midfielder. Phenomenal. Properly phenomenal central midfielder. Again, another central midfielder. Now, the only thing that I would say is that he would be, whereas Soler, I would say, is more of a 10. That's kind of how he's been used when he's been at PSG. He can play in the 8 as well, but he's more all about his attacking side of his game. He's got goals and speed, and he's not really a blocker. That's not what he is. Whereas I would say Lucas Paqueta is more of a natural 8. He's like a complete midfielder for me, Paqueta. So I don't think that Soler is a Paqueta replacement. I do think that Rios would be. I think if we went out and we got Rios, he would be a replacement. Now, I'm told that we've already spoken to the player, and in terms of sort of personal terms and stuff like that, there's not an issue. So there could be an offer going quite late for this player. I've not been told this. This is my own theory about why this could be. We all know that before Paqueta came back from international duty, he was in Brazil and he didn't want to come back. He was trying to manufacture his own deal to stay in Brazil with a club. Was it Corinthians? I can't remember what club it was. They offered some stupid loan deal. He obviously feels very uncertain in England because of the court case that's looming over him, and he wants to go. So my theory, my conspiracy is, could there be a cheeky part exchange deal to be done there between Richard Rios and Paqueta? So Paqueta to Palmeiras, Richard Rios this way. Solves everyone's problem. Paqueta gets his wish. He gets out of England. He can go out and hide him. He can carry on playing football, because I'm pretty sure, the Brazilian FA, they will probably do what they want, because I think the charges that are going to come are going to be the English FA. So it would affect him immediately in this country in terms of being able to play football, but not necessarily, it wouldn't apply worldwide at that point. So they would have to apply to FIFA to implement the ban, if there is a ban, worldwide. So that's my own mental thoughts on what could be happening there, because I can't really work out why we would be going out to go and get Richard Rios when you've got Paqueta and you've got Kudus and you've got Soler and Thomas Souček. I can't really work that one out. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one develops. I think there could be some late changes. I hope not. I hope we keep Paqueta. I love Paqueta. I'd like to just ride this out and see if he gets off the hook. But I certainly won't moan if we get Richard Rios in a part exchange. That's some exciting shit. It really is. One thing that does concern me is that I haven't been given a sniff, and I've spoken to a lot of people about us having a second in line for Duran if this fails. We definitely want another striker. Obviously, Ings is going out now, so the only backup is Antonio, and we've seen how useful he is in the opening games. We do need an alternative to Füllkrug. We do. I've certainly not been able to get any information about an alternative to Duran if that doesn't happen. Now, maybe they are just so sure that they're going to get that done, even though they've told some people 1% and they've told the person I talked to 5% chance. Maybe they're so certain it's going to get done, like with Soler, that they haven't had to get a backup option in place, or they're just keeping it under wraps. I don't know. But that's the only thing that I think could complete this window. I mean, if we were to go out, get Duran, that would be enough for me. That would be enough. We've got Soler, so that's done. So Soler's already added to the list of players. Forget that. I know we've got to wait till he's holding the shirt and all that. He's done. He's a West Ham player. Right, that is done. Unless he slips and breaks his leg when he's on the treadmill doing his medical. The other one is Richard Rios. If we go out and get Richard Rios, wow, we've just added another world-class player to our current crop of world-class players. Whether that would mean, like I said earlier on, that would mean one going the other way in Paqueta, I don't know. But look, I would accept it. I don't think we've been seeing peak Paqueta for quite some time. I think this whole thing is hanging over him. So I could understand it from the club and the player's perspective, although it would still upset me. It wouldn't be my ideal thing. I'd rather have Richard Rios and Paqueta. That's what I want. I want the lot. I want it all. So look, that is a very short, sharp update. As I get any more information, good or bad, if I do get told that, look, Duran ain't happening, I'll put it in the comments and say, look, I've just been told it ain't happening. Duran's not happening. Richard Rios, not happening. But that's what I've been told are the ones that we are exploring and could happen before the window closes. I'm not saying they are definitely being done. I don't know. I'm the messenger. I'm just telling you what I'm being told. So we will see what happens, but very exciting stuff. All right? Speak to you in a little bit. Come in your hands.